Let's see if I can get. See if I can get anyone here. It's not frozen. I am live. Trying to get to the chat portion. Let me know if you can hear me because I have my obnoxious microphone plugged in, my podcasting mic, along with my little video camera here. Hey, good afternoon. Oh, you can hear me. Great. That's wonderful. So I wasn't sure. So I just wanted to jump on and do a little bit of testing. I don't think I'm going to stay on long. I'm not going to share it. So whoever's here is here. And we're going to just test with me, if you don't mind, because I'm always trying something new. So I am using Restream. And I know that it has its kinks, but what I like is that I can upload this video to Spotify and you can hear my podcast and then you can also watch the podcast now. So I'm pretty pumped about that because, you know, it's something new, and then people get to see the podcast and interact with it in a way that they couldn't before, because you would have to trust what I'm drawing in terms of the cards, unless you came over to my YouTube channel. Hey, Nora. Yeah, so I am very happy about that. So even these lives, I can upload them to my podcast. And so it'll draw people to my YouTube channel and I'll get more interaction in terms of readings. Okay. Oh, going green. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. I really appreciate any help any of you guys can offer me, because you know you've been with me for a while and I really appreciate you and I trust all of you, and that's amazing. I just want to see if anyone's on my YouTube. Oh, my niece is on. So Alexis, I'm using an app, so sometimes I cannot see. Actually, Alexis, I may need your help with something, because supposedly I need to make my page on YouTube public so that I can see the comments on the screen in Restream, and apparently I'm doing something wrong. So I got to use the youngins for technical assistance. Let me put my phone over here. Okay, so how is everyone? Yeah, so Spotify has a visual now, along with the other recording app I use, the other podcasting app I use. That, which funny enough, my niece set up for me. My niece is my technical support. I can't think of the name of Anchor. So yeah, Anchor does videos and Spotify also does videos. They have that application. I'm not sure if it's still in beta form, but yeah. So I think that's amazing. So that way I can get a lot of content out, because the more content you get out there. Hi, Jackie. Yes, I see you on Facebook. So, right, I'm also multi-streaming. So I'm just going to be using my Oracle cards. If you guys have a question, you doing good, Summer, kicking in? Yeah. I think that's pretty amazing that they've done the visual aspect of it. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to give Jackie or a card here, and then I'll go down the list on YouTube. Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out how to maximize my time. All right, so Jackie, we are in a melancholy state of mind here. We have memories, but I'm focusing on this fire because I don't always think that these memories are positive. I think it's it's tied to some emotional state of being burned, of feeling the pain. And you may be going through this right now of loneliness, feeling the pain, because that's, actually my heart is aching as I'm tapping into the energy here. And, it's a tough time when we reminisce about difficulties, especially I want to go even far back, maybe into our childhood, and this speaks to childhood harm. You always need to remember who you are. Many of us have gone through this trouble, and we forget how strong we are. We are survivors, all of us, me included. We have survived it. Yeah, we are living through it. It's a part of us, but it doesn't have to define us in total. Remember, as above, so below. Sometimes we don't see the karma coming at people, or all of the workings, but just remember, what goes around comes around in this world. And I'm really starting to feel like maybe some of that effect is becoming apparent. Yeah. And this is why we have the veil. So maybe someone who has wronged you or harmed you has caused this memory issue of feeling emotional from bad memories, but we're getting to see the karma, we're getting to see the truth of the matter here. And that is for you. A break time. I use any excuse for a break myself. I'm like, oh, the doorbell rang. I gotta take a break. That's so funny. So these are the Deep Place Oracle. I kickstarted this deck. I really love this creator. I don't recall her name, but if you're interested in these cards, Google the Deep Place Oracle. Um, it's very meaningful. I use these cards daily for myself. I could be sitting on the couch and pulling a card. So, going green, this is for you. So we have enchantment. So it came out reversed. And so I like to think of that as kind of disenchantment. What has you feeling disenchanted? What has you feeling some type of way? Oh, thank you, Jackie. I'm happy that resonated for you, right? And it has to do with the journey you on, right? Sometimes we, like me, stop and start this journey. What is it that disenchanted you from the journey that you're supposed to be on? Because at the end of the day, when you're meant for something, you can pause it. It will always resurface. Just like doing this for me always resurfaces, because it is something that is a part of me. There is no me without this, and I had to come to a lot of acceptance for that. And you have the shattered place. So this is the Deep Place Oracle is about deep things. And this has to do with shattered faith, because this is a religious depiction here, right? What's the shattered place for you? So these cards are saying to remember your journey. Like, these instances kind of knock us off our path or kind of put us off, but we cannot avoid the journey that we need to be on. And this is a part of that journey. I myself, and I've shared this with you guys, come from horrific abuse, right? A horrific childhood, homelessness, physical abuse, sexual abuse, drug abuse, you name it, and it has been a part of my life, right? It has not shattered me, right? It's attempted to. We may feel like we've had a nervous breakdown, or we it has broken us, but it really hasn't, right? So what I like to say is, what can we, learn from this, right? What can we heal from this? And it doesn't have to be a 180 degree, like, oh my God, I'm cured, we're healed. But what can start that journey? And I think that this message for you, Going Green, is to restart your journey, right? To get back on track, to get back in motion. And that is for you. And again, these cards are deep. So these are the type of readings you could expect from playing around with these cards. Right. Everyone who is really in touch with their intuition has come from a place of pain. It makes us hypersensitive, right? I had a good, someone said a good example. When an empath enters the room, we're not tuned into the regular rhythm of the room. We're tuned into the outlier, the one that we cannot trust, the one that is a bit different. We get hyper tuned to that person because that's the person of instability. And since we come from instability, it's something we can tune into quick and understand. And that makes a whole lot of sense. So let's see, Nora. Let's get to the deep place. You know, and I've been in that heavy state. Like I was reminiscing about when my mother passed away. Um, and it was very traumatic, right? Also to add trauma on top of trauma. And so I've been in that place of what is it? Right? Because ultimately I'm the one that's holding me back, right? I'm the one that has held me back from growing this channel and growing this side of the business because, you know, it's fear. The pain and the discomfort is an old friend. It's something I know, and it's something that's hard to give up because it's been a part of you for so long, right? It's hard to accept the positivity, especially when things have been so negative for so long. So in order for you, we have this emergence card and we have enchantment again here. So finding your mojo. But I feel like, unlike the other reading, I feel like you're coming to a place of wonder. You're finding your mojo again, or at least trying to find it. There has been some type of spark in you that you're like, okay, it's like it's time. And you know, we're gonna do that a lot in life. We're gonna be like, oh, it's time now. It's always time. There is no amount of, you know, I hate second chance, third chance, fourth chance. We have infinite chances in life. So if you feel like now is the time for you again, then now is the time for you again. And if you feel like that next month, next year, always try to strike where the iron is hot, because those little spurts, they add up. They add up to a significant change. Now, whether that's this year, next year for you, keep going. I love this emergence card for you. I'm just getting something. Right. So again, we have divinity and we have Kairos in reverse. So maybe you have also put a pause on your divinity, your spiritual growth here, and you're just starting again, which is fine. I start and stop all the time, but it's something again that if it's meant for you, you can't get away from, right? You can't get away from it. It's going to happen. And that's all you need to do is to try your best, Nora. I see that comment. Keep trying, right? There is no limit. The only limitations is the ones we place on ourselves. And that's the deep place oracle. Final card for you, Nora, is pilgrimage. And this is for you to go into a space where it's just you. Maybe it's just you in the forest or just you by the water, you know, of where you feel your most spiritual. For me, it's always by water. I do love the trees and everything, but water for me is very significant. That is my spiritual place. That's my spiritual happiness. You know, all my senses are alive by water, the smell of it, the taste of it. You don't have to be in water to taste it. You ever go by the ocean and you get that salty taste in your mouth? For me, this is when I'm most alive, when I'm most awake. So find your spiritual place, right? And take a piece of it. A seashell, if it's the water, sand, a leaf, just so you have it in front of you. And even though you're not at that place, you have that reminder to bring you back to that place. That is the advice from Spirit. I know it says I have a few other people on here. They're being quiet. Don't be shy. If you want a deep place oracle card, let's get to the deep place. And if it's quiet, which it is, let's give some other cards, right? Because that's kind of heavy. So let's lighten the load a little bit. These are for me. Communication and manifestation. And this is something I'm trying to do. I'm trying to manifest, and I'm trying to use my voice to help people with my communications. Right. So when you go to the water, take that element with you, right? Label it so that it's a reminder of that feeling, right? We got to get into that energy. And a lot of us are visual people. Let's put you guys away because you want to fly out again. All right, so let's give us some numerology cards here. So, Nora, rebirth and individuality. A lot of the same theme here. Like, always start and stop again. Don't doubt yourself. It's normal. Keep going, right? And be yourself. Ultimately, if you're not yourself, you're going to have to get on the carousel again until you are you. Always you. Let's see. Going green. Yeah, these cards are so damn jumpy. I like this for you, going green. Look, rebirth. See how that keeps coming out? Because this is the season for it, right? We have the full moon coming, the strawberry full moon. It's about manifestation and rebirth. Getting out to nature for you, going green. I love your name because this is your happy place. Getting back into, if you're a gardener, if you like camping, getting back into that energy is your spiritual place, right? Because you are coming to a time of completion, not a 10, but it's a 9, right? Because numerically 10 is completion. So we're getting there. So keep the faith going. At the bottom is communication. Again, you can't make this stuff up, that these cards are repetitive because we all need to hear them. Alexis, thank you. Thank you. With the group in here, they always take care of me. They always comment and give a thumbs up and a like. And see, look, and that's what it is about. Spirit is amazing, right? It's just, it's never a lucky draw for me. It always resonates. Sometimes it's not what we want to hear, it's what we have to hear. So, Alexis, do you want to go to the deep place? Alexis, let me know if you want a card. I'm asking your permission this time instead of just doing it. That's my niece, guys. Fullness. We have that in reverse. So you're not fulfilled, right? So you're not feeling fulfilled. We're in a place of stagnation, and this is something that needs to be worked on, right? Because when we're feeling unfulfilled, it allows us to be depressed, angry, and numb is what I want to say, right? I was going to say emotional, but that's not necessarily the feeling, right? I think it's twofold. I think it's emotional and numbness and nothing in between. I think it's opposites, and I think you teeter between those two emotions, and that is exhausting here, right? For you, that veil is getting lifted. This is a positive card to have, right? So that veil is going to get lifted, and you're going to have an aha moment. And I love this card for you. We have shoreline, right, in reverse. And I think for you, a lot of the emotional turmoil is because the shoreline keeps moving. Like, once you get to the water edge, it feels like it's a little bit further, and we have to go and move further out. and move further out and move further out. And I feel like for you, the finish line keeps moving, or you feel like the finish line keeps moving, and it has you on that emotional roller coaster. We have sanctum, right? It was reversed. I turned it over. So sanctum is finding that equilibrium for you. What's the middle ground? And that's what I want you to focus on. Don't focus on the extremes, focus on the middle. What's the middle ground you can find um, to start to get that mojo back? I could tell that also reads for me. At times I can ask for what I want and the cards tell me, but they tell you what you need to hear. And I like these type of decks, right? So these decks, there's certain decks that don't lie and don't cushion the blow. Sometimes we need a blow. We need, cold water thrown in our faces at times, right? We can't cushion. That's not life. Life is not a cushion. It's not a pillow. Life is hard, and sometimes we have to take the cold hard looks, but you have to be in a place where you're ready for that too, right? Because if you're not in a space to hear the truth, right, and you're in a space, you need it to be pillowy. For many of us who have cards and who practice, it's choosing the right deck, right? It's knowing your own reality. It is hard to hear the truth, because that takes a lot of looking within. Not everybody's ready for that all the time. I know I'm not. I might read these cards when I'm not emotionally ready and go have, some chocolate and chips, and knowing that's not good for me, but it's soothing that place, right? It's finding comfort. And that's another lesson I feel I need to talk about. We need to find comfort in things that are not going to harm us in the long run. So, Bliss, thank you for liking and subscribing. Yes, so I'm pulling from the Deep Place Oracle. And if I feel drawn, I'll draw some tarot. So this deck is meant to look, at the tough parts. Go ahead, ask a question. I'm still going to read from this deck, though. This deck will answer. Go ahead, Bliss. Thank you for liking and subscribing. If you could share. Who is coming for me in terms of love? Well, what energy are you putting out? You've been single for a long time. Okay, don't answer. Don't put any more comments. When we're single for a long time, we have to look at the energy we're putting out. Are you coming from a place of confidence? Are you coming from a place of emotional stability? Because you can pick somebody up, all right? And it's not going to be a quality person if you're feeling particularly vulnerable. You may pick up a predator. So I want you, or anyone listening, to pick an intention. What is your intention? Right? Be very, very specific. Put it up on your computer, put it up somewhere on your phone so that you read from it, because we have to set the right emotional intention. Well, first of all, you need to get out and do something different with this pilgrimage card, right? So these cards also can be interpretive into doing readings. So when I see this pilgrimage card, I don't like the people you're surrounded with. I don't like the sameness that keeps you bound. I think we need to look outwards and maybe go to some different places and find somebody who not necessarily is your type, right? Taking care of yourself, again, see that glamour card, is finding the beauty within you, coming from an emotional stability phase to bring in and usher in the right person. The right person for you is not going to be in your normal surroundings. All right. And then we have enchantment, but reverse, because you're not feeling confident. And this is why I mentioned that in the beginning. You want to set the right intention. You want to have the right mindset, the right confidence, because you want a quality person, right? You just don't want anybody. Hold on here. Let's see what else. That's what you did recently? Right. You see the hangman in reverse. Looking at things from a seriously different perspective, but the hangman in reverse, something's going to pick up here because we have that reversal, right? Right. You see what I'm saying? Here's the advice from Spirit. Go to somewhere different. Go to somewhere different to pick up the right energy. Work on yourself with that Queen of Pentacles. Someone is going to come towards you within 12 weeks because we have that number 12. That's the first thing that came out. It's going to be a good connection here and has emotional possibilities. But you want to come from a place of not dragging in the past to your present, represented here by that Four of Cups. Because right now, this is you in your space. When am I going to get this person? I've been alone for a while. Maybe you needed that alone time, number one. Number two is, again, you're not looking in the right place for that connection. So we need to do something different here. Go to somewhere different, somewhere you're not accustomed to going, maybe a little out of your comfort zone. We have several balance cards here. We have that Two of Pentacles, so coming from a grounded place. And also you have the Page of Pentacles. Now that Page of Pentacles represents a significant other, someone who can bring and help you with the balance. But let's get you situated first. That card is very busy today. Because I think a lot of us need to do a lot of soul searching, right? And it's not easy. That is for you. So within 12 weeks, Bliss, that page is going to come in, someone who's very grounded, but you see that it's slow. Pentacles are slow moving, so that's why the range is 12 weeks, right? Not as soon as maybe you like, but at least it's coming. You're welcome. Again, things are not always flowery, and I felt drawn to. I've had this deck for a while, but I felt drawn to come on in and use this deck for people. Please, and stay subscribed, because I know I skipped last Saturday, but once a week on Saturdays I'm going to go live. So thank you for joining me. I don't think there's anyone else. Do you guys want to chat about anything? I have 4 new decks coming. I got all of the Prisma decks. Prisma in a tin, they're coming today. I also have, and I'm really excited for the deck that's coming on Monday. It's by Kaylee Smith. Hold on one second. I'll tell you exactly what it is. I kickstarted that too. Hold on. And it's called the Gift of Virtue deck. So let me not show you everything I kickstart, but so the Gift of Virtue by Kaylee Smith. That is coming. That's coming on Monday. The Prisma decks are coming today, so I may jump on live just to read from the Prisma Tarot today or tomorrow. So just stay tuned, because you know I just jump on whenever. Does anyone have anything else I can answer or talk about? If not, I'm going to head on out. But again, I'm definitely going to go live later today or tomorrow, depending on how I season the cards. So seasoning for me just means connecting. Sometimes it's instantaneous and sometimes it takes time, but I'll let you guys know. Yeah, definitely. So going green, okay, so how do you guys feel if I'm on Eastern Standard Time? So if I come on maybe about 7 or 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time when I get home from work, are you guys open to joining me live? Because I'll definitely jump on, because that deck I'm just going to open right away. If not, I'll go on next Saturday. But you guys let me know, because you guys are my regulars, and I like taking care of you the way you take care of me. So you guys let me know in the comments, and I'm going to head on out. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you soon.